Good morning, y'all. It's October 16th, Sunday morning. Sun's coming up, and it's 62 degrees out here, which is a little bit warmer. I'm liking that. I guess I'm getting used to this weather. The high today is going to be about 82, so it's been gorgeous. We haven't had any rain. Well, we had a little bit, but it wasn't enough, so I can't even count it. But I've been doing some preparation kind of work in the garden, and I'll show you what's been happening. So you can see the Cecilia Bruner rose has been cut back drastically, and I have a before and after of that I'll show later. And then I have moved everything that's in pots here in preparation of digging up the roses. They're constantly getting dug up anyway, so I'm going to dig them up and put them in pots. And I think everything here I'm going to dig up and put in pots except for the Duranta. It's so big and it doesn't seem to be affected. So I'm going to leave the Duranta and that Duranta there, and I'm going to leave these two salvias because they don't seem to be affected by the armadillos. And I'm probably going to dig up one of these roses, one of these climbing roses here, and put it on the metal thing by the back wall, which I'll show you in a minute, because I have two climbing roses here. This one is Generous Gardener, and she's so pretty. And then I've got James Galway. I planted two right here together, which was kind of crazy. You know, I just didn't know. And the other thing that I've learned is I'm not going to wind roses through this arbor because it just can't handle it. Maybe other stronger arbors can, but this one, you know, you can hear it creak, you know, when the wind blows. So I don't think it's sturdy enough to hold up stuff like that. So I'm just gonna maybe lean the things over and lightly attach them and encourage them to lay across the arbor. So all the pots that I had in front, I have put in the circle garden. A little bit later. You know, the sun's changing, and so now it's coming up at different odd angles because it's moving across the sky. So I don't know what it's going to look like out here in the morning anymore. But so yeah, I put everything here, and I tried to design it so that or arrange it so that it's going to look especially pretty from the window. And this is where I was thinking I would put that Generous Gardener rose in a pot on the edge right here and let it grow across this metal fencing. I think it can handle it, so I am going to weave it in. And you know what I'm going to do, because someone reminded me this, you only get roses on the horizontal thing, so I'm going to weave or train them to go straight across so that I'll get roses on all of those branches. But so let me turn around here so you can see what it looks like. And y'all, that bubblegum Supertunia, it is great. It's really great. Look at that. I was worried that it wouldn't grow like it does for everybody else for me, but it did. And everything's kind of getting all grown in together. You can't really tell as much that they're in individual pots, so that's fun. I'm really liking these colors and liking being able to see everything from the window. And my husband replaced the motor in my fountain, so now it's working again, and it sounds so cheerful. So that's why I have everything kind of piled on this side of the circle garden, because it's full on this side and on this side, but on the back side it's kind of sad and scraggly and not filled in. Because the other thing about it is this end of the circle garden gets more sun, this side and that side, but that back side is in shade a lot of the time. So I really need to work on figuring out how to make that better for next year. But I am liking all these colors together. You know, they just make me happy. The blue and the pink and the chartreuse and the white. The white is actually one of the more surprising things to me that I like, because I used to think white was boring and why would I ever want it, but it gives it a sweet little pop. Like, I'll show you right here, like that Mexican, no, Spanish heather, Mexican heather, I think that's what it is, yeah. But well, there's a lot of things that are going to need to be cut back soon, and so much work to be done and so little time. But I got to show you all these rocks that I got from my friend. Look at this awesome stack of rocks that I have from my friend that she gave me. I went over there a couple of weeks ago and got some rocks and did not get all of them. And see, we don't have rocks down here. There are no naturally, okay, I'm not gonna say that, but I have never found rocks here. It's just sand. We're on an island and there are no rocks. So these are precious, precious things. And this is the spot that I'm going to use the rocks. This is my little bog garden that I haven't had a chance to plant out yet. But I'm going to stack the rocks high enough so that the armadillo will not be able to, or will be very discouraged by bumping his nose into them and not come into this bog garden right here. I'm going to have to cut back this, I think it's either turmeric or ginger. So going to cut that back and going to plant this out, and then have all the little fun things. And look, they're already having their fall colors. This is some kind of, can't remember, never mind, don't worry about it, I'll tell you later. But aren't they just fun things? It's going to be a really, hibiscus, it's some kind of hibiscus. And I think it gets a pretty flower on it. And then I've got these little weird things. I've got them all written down, but I do not have them memorized. I don't know if I ever will, but it's just going to be really cool. I moved the giant coleus right here that was behind the fountain over here, so it would be kind of a backdrop for these roses. These are the sweet spirit roses that I dug up, and they've got so many buds on them, and it looks like the healthiest that I've ever seen it. So it's so encouraging to know that it's enjoying being in this pot, and you know, I'm gonna give all my other roses a chance to actually survive in pots also. And what's funny is some coleus seeds have fallen down into the pot, and I don't know if I'm gonna should let them live or not. I don't want it to be crowded, so I might give it a chance, and then if they start to crowd it out, then I'll just cut them down to the ground. But y'all, look at this cut leaf coneflower. It got so big it couldn't even hold itself up, and isn't it just gorgeous? So I guess like next year I'll stake them when I first plant them, since it can't be trusted to stand up on its own feet. I was going to show y'all how big this stem is. It's a massive plant. Didn't realize that, but y'all, the pollinators have loved it. So if you get an opportunity to get one, just know how big it's going to grow, and know that it doesn't bloom until late in the season, but I really think it's worth it. And it does. It smells like honey. It's incredible. The scent of it is just beautiful. So some things are starting to wind down. I have a lot of seeds that I've got to plant, because this is the time of year to plant sweet peas, and I never plant enough sweet peas, and I've decided this year, number one, I'm going to plant some today or tomorrow, and I'm going to succession plant them because I want them all winter long. And they do grow well down here. They don't mind the cold. So it's one of my favorite things to eat as a garden snack. They never make it into the house, like ever. They're just, so good. I think sometime this week I may have taken a video of a bunch of Gulf fritillaries on this coneflower, and or maybe it was last week. I'm just have to see. But this I grew from seed. I mean, I just threw it out in the yard, and then when it came up, I dug it up and I put it in this pot. And I have this one, and then I have this one. And if you can grow this, really, this is just the coneflower. This is, I don't think it's been messed with or anything. This is like the actual native coneflower, because they are drawn to it just like a moth to a flame. They love this so much. It has gotten so much action. Like if you want to have butterflies in your garden, totally get this coneflower, this one, because it has been a fan favorite. I didn't want to show y'all how sad and scraggly everything is in the front, but this is how it gets when you grow it for the Gulf fritillaries, you know. And also we haven't had enough rain, so I guess that's why everything's got kind of this pale look to it. But I mean, they're eating everything to a nub, and then turning it into chrysalises, so it's just a scraggly, gross kind of mess. Got a few leftover pots here, and after a while I'm just like, oh, I can't wait until I can just cut all this stuff down to the ground and start over. Although look, I have another Tithonia that has grown up. In fact, I think I have quite a few Tithonia seedlings right here coming up, which I'm excited about, because if they can stand the cooler temperatures, I will be so happy to have them there. I just threw the seeds out, and I have them there, and then of course all these vinca that just like to spread. So if anything can manage to escape being dug up by the armadillos, I'm happy for it. Now I cut down all of my milkweed that was the tropical milkweed, but now I'm seeing that there's a few, and I'll leave the kind that's got the yellow flowers, but you know, I can't tell until it starts flowering whether it's tropical milkweed or not. And I think this, no, I think that's regular milkweed. And as you can see, the deer have come along and been eating the tips off of this beautyberry bush. And look, mine finally started to ripen and turn purple. And the reason I cut down all the tropical milkweed is because at this time of year, they need to be encouraged to fly across the Gulf of Mexico, not hang around here and drink from that stuff and spread germs, that bacteria, that OE stuff. So I cut it down, and we did see several monarchs like out on the Gulf yesterday when we went out in the boat, and there they were going. They were just flying in that direction. So I'm really excited. I hope they can make it. All right, y'all. The time has come. I am about to cut the Cecile Bruner rose down to almost a nub. It's going to be quite a job, and I've been concerned. But one of the reasons why I'm doing it is because I was afraid it's going to tear up the arbor. So you can see how huge it is. I don't think I'm going to kill it. It seems too sturdy to kill, but we'll see. I mean, maybe it will die. I don't know. I don't want it to die, but this is a before of what it looks like, and now I'm gonna commence to cutting it down. Wow, y'all, now the arbor looks so naked, but it's a good thing that I did what I did, because that mass of roses was really weighing on it, and it was eventually going to tear it up. So I guess what I should do is read a little bit more about how to attach roses to arbors. I don't think I'm going to do what I did with the last one in here. You can see I'm starting to do it here, but I'm going to cut this back. I wound it into the arbor. I don't think that's a good idea. Not for this kind, because it's just not strong enough to hold something that's getting blown around, and we definitely do get high winds here. So now we're starting back to square one, and I'm going to clean it and just start all over again. I think I should mention right here that I do have 2 climbing roses on this side of the arbor also, and this one is Generous Gardener, the one on the inside, and then the one on the outside is the James Galway. So I may end up cutting these all the way back down to the ground and digging one up and putting it somewhere else, because I think it's a little crowded right here. There goes a kitty. I don't know where that kitty came from, but I guess that kitty is the one that the bird is upset with. Hello, kitty. I don't know you. You're pretty. But y'all, look at these Gulf fritillaries just loving this coneflower. And this is a coneflower that grew from seed in my yard, and I dug it up and put it in this pot. And so these are kind of like, I think, pretty sure, y'all might know better than I do, because I don't recall where I got the seed, but I think these are like the regular, like native coneflower seeds. And here's another one that started from seed that I dug up out of the yard and put in this pot, and it's about to flower. But y'all, I mean, these Gulf fritillaries, this is like their favorite thing right now. And then, I mean, just the favorite flower of all time at the moment, right here. They temporarily alight on other things, but this has been so popular. I've been watching them from the window. And the Gomphrena is super popular with these long-tailed skippers. They are having so much fun on it. Also, this fresh monarch right here, let's see if I can show it. There it is loving the Gomphrena also. So Gomphrena is a major player. Y'all, I didn't know that, but this is going to be one that I don't want to do without, because the butterflies are enjoying it so much. It really is a miracle when you think about it that monarch butterflies can fly across the Gulf of Mexico, especially when you see them out on the water and the haphazard way that they're flying. And it's just, they're not in a group. I mean, I didn't see them in a group. I saw random monarchs just flitting around out there like they didn't have a care in the world. They were just going along. And, God is really taking care of them for them to be able to do that. This is really, really amazing. So I never lose my awe of monarch butterflies, or any butterflies for that matter, because their lives are just so precarious and short, and they don't ever seem to be bothered or worried, and I do love that, and I would like to live my life that way also. And every day I'm just having more lessons on trusting God and letting him do his thing, and me just sitting back and watching. And he really is answering prayers. He is incredible and amazing, and I trust him and I love him, and I know that he's always doing what's best for me. And it's awesome to think of the verse Romans 8:28. God works all things for the good of those who love him and are called according to his purpose. So that's what I'm holding on to. And I hope y'all have a wonderful week. And I'm sorry I still haven't answered your comments from 2 weeks ago. But I'm going to. There's been just a lot of craziness, a lot of busyness. And but I'm going to sit down and do it when I get some time. But y'all have a wonderful week. God bless you. And I can't wait to find out what's happening in your gardens.